and he does actually misplace the cannon once again here, so yeah, that's crazy. Yo, what's going on guys? In today's video we're going to be going over the games that got me #1 in the world once again. Alright, and hopping in the first match here against this fella, we're going to have Hog in our starting hand here, so I'm just going to go with the Hog first here, just going to kind of see what he wants to do. He's going to go with the Golden Knight, and he does also have bats here. I'm not really too sure what he's playing. It could be like Sparky, because I do think this guy is known for playing Sparky decks, so most likely going to be a Sparky deck here. Might be similar to the one we faced in yesterday's video. I've actually been facing quite a lot of Sparky recently. I thought Sparky was quite bad in the meta, but in the last few days it has become quite popular again, so I guess it's starting to like pick up its place in the meta once again. And he's going to go with the Goblin Giant Sparky right here, so we're just going to get off that pretty nice Queen ability right there. Going to take off most of the health from his Goblin Giant, so his push is pretty much useless at this point. I think our Cannon can also deal with most of his Sparky here. We do have to be a little bit careful of like a potential zap, and he's going to go with the zap right there, so luckily I was kind of hovering my Fire Spirit right there and managed to catch it on time, otherwise that could have been a pretty bad start for us. And yeah, he's going to still have to respond to our Giant Skeleton with those zappies, but even though our Giant Skeleton is going to kind of get stun locked here, it's still going to kill the zappies pretty nicely with just like a couple hits, and also the Death Bomb should kill at least the one zappy that walks kind of towards the right lane here. So I'm gonna go with another Hog Rider right now. Gonna kind of see what he wants to do against. He's gonna go with a set of bats right here. So I guess he doesn't have like too many hog counters in his deck, because those bats are still gonna allow our hog to get 2 shots on his tower, just because he kind of placed his bats just a little bit badly, because I guess he's kind of scared of our Fire Spirit like for killing his bats, because maybe he doesn't really realize that we didn't have it in cycle right there. So yeah, pretty nice for us here. We're going to go with the Queen ability here, just to make sure Sparky doesn't wreck our Queen. And he does also have a mini P.E.K.K.A. right here. I don't know why I didn't use it against our Hog Rider. Maybe he was trying to like save it for offense or something like that. And I think his mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to end up killing our Queen right there. But I'm just going to go with a set of low skeletons right here, just to make sure Sparky doesn't get any lucky shot or anything like that. And also the Fire Spirit came in handy there, just because he went in with the zap as well. And yeah, I'm not sure if the Hog will get 1 or 2 hits here. He's only going to get 1 hit just because of his Golden Knight, but the bats are still going to go quite a lot in front of his Golden Knight, so it shouldn't really be too hard to stop right here. We can just go with a set of skeletons just to kind of redirect the Golden Knight away from our Queen and tower. So yeah, looking really good right here. You can see like how we want to play this match. If you just want to go with Queens in the back when they spark it, and you just want to go with your Giant Skeleton right on top of their entire push. And we'll go with a set of zappies here, I guess just to preserve the health of his Goblin Giant most likely. But okay, for some reason he's going to go with the Goblin Giant in the opposite lane, but I think his Sparky's pretty much dead at this point. Just need like another log to kill it, or he might just like let it die right here, it looks like. So yeah, I don't really think we need to even do too much against his Goblin Giant right here. I think the 1 HP cannon should maybe pull it for like a second right here, and also can get a Queen here in the right lane so that it goes towards the Sparky, but it also helps out for a second there against the Goblin Giant. So yeah, super good defense right here, super good placements by us and everything. I know I did face this matchup yesterday as well, but you can see like we're always kind of showing new things each time we play against these decks, and I think our Queen's just going to have to die here. I could have maybe went with like a better placed Fire Spirit to protect it, but no point really. And I'm probably going to give this guy a bit of BM. He did BM me as well before, so yeah, just going to say good luck, and yeah, that will be a good game. Alright, and hopping in the next match, we do have a little bit more of an awkward cycle right now, so I'm just going to cycle my skeletons here, just make sure we get to our Hog Rider really quickly, and he's going to go with a set of skeletons right here. So yeah, not sure what he's playing, but he is going to have a NATO there for our Hog Rider towards his King Tower. So seeing the skeletons and Tornado is probably going to be an E-Giant deck here. That's kind of a pretty quick assumption by me, but I think that's really the only deck that runs skeletons and Tornado at the top of ladder. And he also has Golden Knight, which just makes it even more obvious that he's probably playing E-Giant here. And we'll go with the E-Giant right there. So I'm assuming he has E-Giant Mirror just because he has the Golden Knight as well, which is typically run with the E-Giant Mirror deck. And yeah, just gonna go with the Queen right here. Don't really want to waste my cannon really quickly, because I know that he could have like a Mirror E-Giant, so I think I'm just gonna save it right here just because he has a pretty quick cycle with his deck, so don't want to waste my cannon unless I have to. But it is kind of nicer for me that he does have Rocket in his deck instead of like an Earthquake or something, so he can't really kill our cannons very well, which should be quite nice for us. But also Giant Skeletons just come in like clutch so often against these E-Giants, just like blocking up the entire lane. And he's gonna go with a pretty good cannon plus skeletons right there. I couldn't really get a good EQ on it, so well played by him, but still going to put us in a fine spot here. We're pretty much just like tied completely, but we did do a bit of damage to his King Tower. Now we're going to get an Earthquake off on his Bomber, so I'm just going to kind of EQ cycle him most likely, because I'm not really too sure our Hogs will break through his Cannon and Tornado, but you never know, like when we could get some lucky Hog hits here and then we can just like keep on cycling EQs, and doing whatever we need to win. But yeah, I don't really want to go with my cannon once again here on his E-Giant. Unless he goes with like a mirror E-Giant, then I will go with the cannon. But I'm going to kind of try to space my giant skeleton from our queen, but it looks like it won't get spaced far enough there. I kind of wanted our giant skeleton to not get hit by that rocket, but unfortunately the giant skeleton kind of got pushed closer towards the queen, so that rocket ended up hitting both of them. But we should be fine here regardless, and this actually messed up the cannon right there. I can't really say I'm too surprised. E-Giant players can really do anything they want and still push up high on ladder this season, so nothing too surprising. But since he doesn't have any Golden Knight in cycle now, I'm just going to go with my giant skeleton in the back, and he will just mirror it with an E-Giant, but I think we should be fine right here. Our giant skeleton will probably kill most of his E-Giant, and since it's already double elixir now, I'm just going to set up a pre-placed cannon just because I know that even if he goes with like that mirror E-Giant like that, we can just easily cycle back to another cannon, so should be fine either way. And we can just kind of block the lane up with these giant skeletons, so I don't really see any way for him to get his E-Giants to our tower. But the one thing we do kind of have to watch out for is that he can always try to like rocket cycle us, so if we don't keep up the pressure, he's probably going to try to do that here in a little bit, so we have to make sure we're always kind of keeping him at his feet. And wow, that E-Giant actually got pushed so far. I'm not really sure how that happened, but I'll take it, I guess. And yeah, kind of a late cannon there on his first E-Giant, but it's also going to deal with his second E-Giant pretty well here, I think. And I'm just going to go with the high giant skeleton, kind of blocking that Golden Knight ability. Really good for us right there to not let his Golden Knight get anywhere near our tower. And we'll go with the mirror E-Giant here. I think I'm just going to go with another cannon right here, just to like pull it all across the arena. And yeah, I think the giant skeleton death bomb might be able to kill that bomber. Okay, just barely not, but should be fine either way. Just going to go with another hog rider right here. He's going to go with the rocket on our tower, so that's kind of what I was dreading. He's going to get away pretty nicely with that rocket because we don't really have any way to punish him except with our hog riders, which can easily just get like NATO'd or something like that. So not the best for us here, but I'm going to go with an earthquake trying to hit a cannon, but he actually messes up the cannon once again here. So yeah, I'm not surprised once again by his mistake cannon, but yeah, it's going to give us quite a big damage lead right now. He's going to go with another rocket on our tower, but I'm not really too worried anymore because I know that even if he cycles quite a few rockets, he's probably still going to be behind on damage. He needs like 2 more rockets to catch up with us, and we're going to keep on cycling our EQs and whatnot, so not really too sure if he's going to actually be able to catch up here. And also giant skeleton death bomb surely be able to kill most of his support troops. I'm not sure if his bomber will walk into it or not, but yeah, also giant skeleton going to deal with most of that E-Giant right there. So I'm going to go with another hog rider here. Let's go with a pretty aggressive rocket there. I'm not even sure if he's going to be able to defend our hog too well. He does actually defend it nicely there with the tornado, but he does misplace the tornado. So this guy's just like the king of misplacing every little thing he's using, which, you know, that does happen. And he does actually misplace the cannon once again here, so yeah, that's crazy, but I'm going to take that nice win here. Alright, hopping in the next match, we're going to be up against Luminary, aka this guy as well. So yeah, I still can't believe that E-Giant player missed like 3 cannons in a row on our hog riders, but I guess it does happen to even the best of us sometimes. So he's going to go with the cannon cart plus minion horde here, so automatically it's probably going to be like a mortar deck most likely, and it's really nice to have that giant skeleton death bomb right there, because honestly if I had like a Valkyrie in the deck, that could have been pretty bad for us, but who really knows how it would have worked out. But yeah, it's really nice to have the giant skeleton death bomb against quite a few things, and also for like a lot of you mid-ladder players who might be watching my videos, that should be really nice as well to have the giant skeleton, just because like it kind of acts like a Mega Knight. Like it's kind of the reverse of a Mega Knight. Like instead of having the enter the arena ability, it has like the leave the arena ability, and the giant skeleton death bomb can really kill quite a few things. Like it mostly kills barbs and like witches and wizards. It doesn't fully kill them, but it gets like most of the job done. So it is quite nice to be running giant skeleton right now, and it just does so much damage, and it has so much HP as well. So a really good card. And he'll go with the mortar on offense. You're not really too sure why he would do that, because we have hog rider in our deck, so if he goes with the mortar on offense, he's not really going to be able to defend very well most of the time, and we can always get a really nice trade there with the 1 elixir fire spirit on his minion horde, and it will get a couple shots on our tower, but still a really good trade there. Took like 400 health off his tower, and he only got like a couple hundred on our tower, so I'll definitely take it. And I'm just going to set up a giant skeleton right here. Just want to see what he's going to really do against it. He does have cannon cart, and I assume he probably has like Skelly King as well, and maybe like a few other random cards here, but I think we should be fine either way. I'm just going to go with the queen right behind my giant skeleton, just to make sure that it can kind of take that cannon cart off the board really quickly, and we will pop the queen ability here. Going to take off the cannon cart pretty quickly right there, but unfortunately Skelly King somehow splashes our giant skeleton and our queen. Not really too sure how it has like such a big splash range. I wasn't really expecting that to happen, but I guess I'll take it because we still got like a pretty even interaction overall right there. I'm going to log away his Dart Goblin here. It's honestly the most annoying thing is really just his Dart Goblin, so we do also have to kind of watch out for his minion horde sometimes, but I'm not really too worried about his minion horde here because we do have like the nice giant skeleton death bomb as I was talking about. We also have fire spirit here, so we can be able to we should be able to like pull his minion horde toward the middle kind of, and I think Archer Queen and the right side tower should be able to finish it off pretty nicely right here. He's going with the Skelly King ability as well, so just going to log it away. Don't want to like lose too much HP on our giant skeleton here, kind of want to allow it to help our Hog Rider break through hopefully, but he does get a pretty nice Skarmy there, and his Dark Goblin just doing absolute work right now, so yeah, Dark Goblin is being a little bit annoying, but I think our Queen should deal with it pretty well right there, and it's also going to deal with the Cannon Cart pretty nicely, so I'm going to go with another Giant Skeleton at that bridge right now. We already have like another Hog Rider in sight, and also a really nice prediction Fire Spirit there on his minion horde, and yeah, I didn't end up going with the Hog Rider here, but I think we should have like a pretty nice spot right here. Gonna finish off most of his Skelly King there with the Giant Skeleton Death Bomb. We'll go with the Skarmy there to protect his mortar, but honestly a pretty bad Skarmy just because it's going to get wrecked by the Earthquake there regardless, and yeah, I think our Skeletons will prevent most of the damage there from that Skelly King ability, and Hulk will get like 2 shots on his tower right now, so yeah, I'm not really too sure how he's going to come back here. We pretty much just need like a few more Earthquakes to really win the game here, but I don't want to be too aggressive because he does have Mortar, which he can try to pressure us with if we are too aggressive with our Earthquake cycling, so just want to make sure we defend well here. Going to pop the Queen ability, and also I think our Giant Skeleton should deal with most of his minion horde probably, but okay, looks like our Giant Skeleton's going to kind of go a little bit in front too much, so I don't think it's actually going to kill any of that minion horde or anything like that, but we're going to kind of kite that minion horde really nicely all the way towards the Queen, so really good stuff right here. And also going to pop the Queen ability, hopefully it gets down in time. Okay, Queen will survive with like 1 HP right there, so he's still going to have to go with the Skelly King on it, and he's also going to have to use something against our Giant Skeleton if he doesn't want to lose his left side tower as well, so we can just go with the log here on his Dark Goblin. Also going to go with an Earthquake here last second, hoping to hit a Skarmy or something, but luckily for him, he does go with the Mortar, but I think he's just going to give up regardless, so yeah, really nice win here, really well played by us, and that will be a good game. Alright, and hopping in the next match, we're going to be up against my good friend Banya, so he's one of the best Golem players in the game here, so going to be quite interesting to see how Hog Giant Skeleton does against some of the Golem decks, and yeah, honestly, Golem isn't really too popular right now at top ladder just because of all the E-Giant going around, so it's quite rare to actually face it, but it will be kind of nice to see how we do here. And he does go with the Lightning there on our Queen, but also pretty nice Queen placement by us, kind of avoiding giving him any tower value as well with his Lightning, and he will NATO our Hog to his King Tower, so he's going to get a nice King activation there, but he'll also be forced to take in our Fire Spirit right there, so it's going to allow us to get over a Fireball of damage there just with the Fire Spirit alone on his tower. And yeah, it's going to kind of reset right here. Don't really want to be too aggressive with anything because I know they can easily kind of punish us if we waste the wrong cards, so just going to cycle my log here, and I think we can also set up with a Queen in the back here in a second because he did waste his Lightning earlier, so he's not really going to be able to do too much against it. It looks like he's going to go with the Golem in the back shading to our Queen, so honestly a pretty good Golem by him. Wasn't really expecting that he would do that, but it's probably going to work out pretty nicely for him. But I'm just going to go with the defensive Giant Skeleton right here. Don't want to go offensive with it, because I know that if we go offensive with our Giant Skeleton, then he can just easily probably tower trade with us, and that's not really the best play to do when you're playing a Hog Cycle deck, so I'm just going to make sure we defend fine here. And he does also have Cannon Cart in his deck, so it will be a little bit interesting, but I think the Cannon Cart should hopefully die mostly to our Giant Skeleton and its Death Bomb, so not really too worried here. And we do have our Cycle cards as well if we need to kind of spend it on the Cannon Cart, but yeah, I think it's going to do with it pretty nicely right here. The Giant Skeleton Death Bomb is going to kind of come down there and finish off the Cannon Cart pretty nicely right here, so yeah, also going to go with the Fire Spirit there in the left lane, just to make sure that we kind of chip down both of his towers, so we're not like forced to really like go in the same lane as him, because we kind of want to go opposite lane whenever we can of this Golem player. And also Queen ability is going to do pretty nice here, and I'm also going to set up with a Giant Skeleton plus Hog here in a second, just hoping that he goes with the Golem at the same time, and he does actually go with the Golem at the perfect timing right there for us, so really heads up Giant Skeleton plus Hog push just coming down at the perfect time. And also we're going to soak in some of those Golden Knight hits right there, but honestly that was perfectly intentional because it's going to allow us to build up like a really nice Giant Skeleton push right there, just like getting so much damage on his tower, so should be fine here on defense I think, because we can just go with another Hog right, and also going to go with the Queen up high just to make sure that he can't go with like a Lightning on our Queen, because I think if we hadn't gone with the Hog Rider there, he may have just gone with the Lightning on our Queen and did quite a lot of damage. But yeah, should be pretty good right here. We'll go with another Golem in the back, but I think we can just pressure with the Giant Skeleton right at the bridge, because we do also have our Queen ability almost ready once again, so not really too sure how it's going to stop this. He will go with the Golden Knight it looks like, but still should clean it up mostly fine. And I think our Giant Skeleton might walk pretty close to his tower, so I'm not really too sure how he's going to defend this. We'll go with kind of a last second tombstone right there. And okay, kind of unfortunately the Giant Skeleton actually walked back a little bit, so not really ideal for us. We won't get the Death Bomb on his tower, but just going to go with the Giant Skeleton here right on top of his Cannon Cart and also his Golden Knight, so I think we should be fine on defense. Going to just be a little bit careful of his Golden Knight mostly. And yeah, I think we can just go with the High Queen right here on his Baby Dragon. Also, we do have the Giant Skeleton Death Bomb kind of killing most of his Golden Knight right there. And also the Golden Knight will still dash on our tower, but it was pretty low HP, so not really going to do too much. We can pressure with another Fire Spirit right here at the river, just to make sure that he can't really cycle lightnings on our tower and be too aggressive with that stuff. So I'm also going to play a Queen right here, also just to make sure that he can't really like go with another goal and push in the right lane right away. He's probably going to have to defend first, so then he might try to go with it after that, but should be pretty fine right here. Going to go with the Queen ability there, and also a lot kind of trying to predict his Tombstone, but he made the smarter play of going with it off to the side right there. So pretty well played by him, and he will go with the Golem in the back right here, so then we can just cycle an Earthquake on his tower. I'm not really too sure if that was the best Golem by him. I don't really think he's going to be able to get the Golem to our tower before we can actually cycle spells on his tower and take his tower, so I think this will probably be a good game here in a second. Hog doesn't get a shot right there, but really close to getting a shot, and we just need 2 more logs plus an Earthquake, and that will be a good game here in a second. So just going to play another cannon. You're going to go with the Earthquake plus log, so thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!